Silent people have always carried a sense of mystery. They don't speak much, they don't reveal much, and they don't give away their emotions as easily as others do. On the surface, silence may look like peace, but the truth is, sometimes it hides much more than we realize. Today we're going to explore 6 dark signs about silent people that may completely change the way you see them. And make sure you stay until the end, because the last one might be the most surprising of all. The first thing to understand about silent people is that they are often incredible observers. While everyone else is busy talking, laughing, or trying to grab attention, the quiet ones are silently watching. They notice small details that others miss. They see body language shifts, they catch subtle changes in tone, and they detect lies quicker than most. This makes them far more aware of their surroundings than people usually realize. The darker side of this is that they don't just observe for fun, they store this information, and when they finally decide to speak, their words cut deep because they've been calculating the right moment all along. It's almost like a chess player who stays still until they can make the perfect move. Another thing silence can hide is anger or resentment. A lot of people mistake a quiet face for a calm mind, but that's not always the case. Some silent people don't argue or fight back in the moment because they're bottling everything up inside. They don't want to explode right away, so they hold back, and they let the anger simmer. On the outside, they look composed, but on the inside, emotions are building like steam inside a pressure cooker. The danger is that when this steam has no release, it can come out all at once in sudden outbursts or in carefully calculated revenge. That's why sometimes the most silent person in the room is also the one you least want to provoke, because you don't know how long they've been carrying unspoken anger. Silence is also closely connected with secrets. People who don't talk much rarely reveal their real selves, and this naturally makes them more private. You can spend months or even years with a quiet person and still feel like you don't fully know them. They could be hiding personal struggles, hidden goals, or even knowledge that others would be shocked to discover. This secrecy is what gives them such a mysterious aura. Humans fear the unknown, and when someone refuses to show their cards, we start imagining all kinds of possibilities. Some of those possibilities may be harmless, but others can be much darker. Their silence is a vault, and you never really know what's locked inside it. A lot of silent people are also fighting battles no one else sees. Their quietness becomes a mask that hides storms beneath the surface. Maybe they're struggling with anxiety, maybe with depression, or maybe with thoughts they don't want the world to know. Outsiders often mistake their silence for strength, indifference, or even arrogance, but the reality is that silence can sometimes mean pain. The darkest part of this is that they rarely reach out for help. Since they don't express what they're going through, they carry their struggles alone, building walls that make it difficult for others to understand them. It's like looking at a calm ocean without realizing there are violent undercurrents swirling beneath. Silence can also be used as a tool for control. Many people see quietness as passive, but in truth, it can be a powerful weapon. Think about the silent treatment. When someone refuses to respond or acknowledge you, it creates guilt, frustration, and fear inside you. The person speaking feels powerless, while the silent one holds all the control without saying a word. Silent people know this. By choosing not to respond, they shift the power dynamic in their favor. They don't need to argue or shout, their stillness makes others argue with themselves. Throughout history, some of the most intimidating figures were not the ones who shouted the loudest, but the ones who spoke the least and carried an aura of quiet authority. That's the kind of unsettling power silence can hold. The final dark sign about silent people is that they are unpredictable. Because they don't reveal their emotions or thoughts, you never really know what they're planning or how they'll react. One day they may seem perfectly calm, and the next they may walk away from a relationship, quit a job, or take a life-changing decision without warning. This unpredictability makes them harder to trust and harder to prepare for. Words give us clues, but silence leaves us blind. That's why the quietest people can sometimes be the hardest to predict, and that unpredictability is what makes them most unsettling. So when we look at silent people, what do we really see? We see observers who notice everything, we see individuals who might be hiding anger, we see secret keepers who guard their inner world, we see fighters struggling silently with battles no one knows about, we see people who use silence as a way to control situations, and finally, we see unpredictable individuals who can change direction without warning. But it's important to add one thing. Not every silent person is dangerous. Silence can also mean wisdom. It can mean peace. It can mean they are simply comfortable in their own company. But ignoring the darker side of silence would be a mistake, because silence has power, and those who know how to use it can influence situations more than the loudest voices in the room. The quiet person you underestimate might be the one paying the most attention, the one hiding the deepest feelings, or the one planning a move that will take everyone by surprise. So the next time you find yourself in a room with a silent person, pay attention. They may not be speaking, but that doesn't mean they aren't saying something. Their silence itself might be the loudest voice in the room. And that brings us to the end of this discussion. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. What's the most surprising thing you've noticed about a silent person? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.